So Steve Harvey has finally clapped back at Katt Williams, who went all out blasting him recently. Yet, much like other celebrities responding to criticism, Steve's retort seemed to lack substance.
Hold it, Tommy. Hold it, Tommy. So you a comedian, you a radio host,
Yes.
and now you got a game show? I'm finna go on Shannon Sharp's show and accuse you of stealing my whole damn career.
Katt Williams stirred up quite the storm with his claims about Steve Harvey, suggesting that Steve has compromised his principles and delved into the murky realms of Hollywood hookup and party cults, with a significant focus on Lori's dating history.
Okay, who's your favorite person?
Oh, without a doubt, 100%.
I know that's right.
In my conspiracy-loving brain, it adds a darker hue to the whole narrative. The speculation gains traction, leading many to wonder if Steve Harvey and his wife Marjorie have been orchestrating Lori's connections for financial gain. Could this be the driving force behind Steve's seemingly obsessive interest in Lori? We've previously noted Steve's intense preoccupation with Lori, despite her not being his biological child.
I told Lori I was gonna cut her off, and she just went, "Daddy, stop." That was all she said was, don't play. Because Lori really thinks she's the special one. She really does. Lori, I told Lori I was gonna cut her off because she's making a lot of money right now, and I was gonna cut her off, and she just started laughing. And then she said, "Well, and you're not gonna speak to me anymore?" I said, "Yeah, I still talk."
It's no secret that Steve acknowledges Lori's perception of herself as the favored one among his children, a status she enjoys due to the preferential treatment she receives. But here's the kicker. Internal family conflicts have reportedly arisen due to Steve's fixation on Lori. According to a source, jealousy has simmered among Steve's biological children over Lori, who consistently steals the spotlight. The insider revealed Steve's got 4 biological kids with 2 previous wives and 3 stepkids with Marjorie. They're driving him crazy. Steve's method of addressing the strife involves throwing money around, buying gifts, or simply retreating to another room to indulge in a cigar, as the source claims. However, Katt Williams' explosive revelations about what he dubbed Mr. Potato Head shed light on a different dimension to Steve's fixation on Lori. It appears it's not just about Lori being the favorite child. Rather, it allegedly stems from Steve and Marjorie's efforts to strategically pair Lori with influential men, aiming to elevate the Harvey name to greater prominence. While the actual count may not be a full...
What celebrities have you smashed?
I'm probably gonna get some shit for this, but Lori Harvey.
Oh, Lori Harvey!
It wasn't like a smash though. Like it was like I was really, I was really like f***ing with her. She was really f***ing with me. But she would Uber to like my place on the beach, and come out with me and stay with me some nights.
Was it good?
Phenomenal. And this is before she got like thin. I was f***ing with thick Lori. She wasn't thin like she is now. I prefer the old.
Focal point. Lori's roster of high-profile relationships has undeniably been noteworthy. From Damson Idris to Michael B., Jordan Abu-Butayan, Future, Justin Combs, Trey Songz, and Lewis Hamilton. Each name in her dating history adds another layer to the ongoing speculation fueled by Katt Williams' explosive comments. The intricate web of connections surrounding Lori prompts us to question the motives behind Steve Harvey's apparent involvement in shaping her romantic affiliations. And let's not overlook the fact that she was once engaged to the Dutch football player Memphis Depay. Wow, perhaps a bit too many for her young age. But darling, these are only the relationships that made it onto the social media radar, as there have been others, plenty it seems, that never graced the blogosphere. The men that Steven and Marjorie allegedly set Lori up with. Let's delve into the one relationship that had folks buzzing, the one with Diddy. For those with a good memory, they were seen together countless times in Italy, Mexico, New York City, and Atlanta during their romance. To many, it seemed baffling how Steve and Marjorie were seemingly unfazed by this relationship. I mean, Diddy even took Steve and Marjorie on vacation with Lori, and they were all lovey-dovey right in front of them. The puzzling part is Steve Harvey is out here doling out dating advice, yet his daughter consistently grabs headlines for all the wrong dating reasons. Why does he seemingly turn a blind eye to his daughter's choices? Is he so fixated on her that he lets her have free reign? And how did he permit his daughter to date someone like Diddy, who's over 20 years her senior, especially given what we now know about Diddy's questionable behavior, reportedly already known in Hollywood? Apparently, Steve and Marjorie were not just accepting of the relationship. they are purportedly the ones who orchestrated it. Allegedly, they introduced Lori to Diddy, who might have had an interest in her when she was still a teenager. Did anyone else notice Lori's white nails during her time with Diddy? That detail speaks volumes to me, dear. For some reason, this entire situation with Lori and her romantic entanglements is starting to fall into place. Moreover, several other things that Katt Williams mentioned about Steve Harvey have been corroborated by other sources. This lends credence to the belief that Katt had no reason to fabricate stories about Steve. Initially, Katt claimed that Steve Harvey lifted Mark Curry's entire concept from hanging with Mr. Cooper for his own show, The Steve Harvey Show. As it turns out, Katt wasn't lying about that. A 2019 episode of The Mike and Donnie Show featuring Mark Curry confirmed that Steve did indeed appropriate material from him, including a joke about being so impoverished that he had to dress up as an Ups box for Halloween.
Well, Steve stole my material on his show, so I had a beef on that.
On what show?
When he was on his the talk show he had, and he did all my Halloween material one Halloween. I'm watching somebody called me and said, "Man, homeboy doing your material." So he did my whole Halloween run. And I know he didn't think of it. You know, this is true stuff that really happened to me. And so my thing is, you don't have to do that, homeboy.
Right.
So, you know, you made enough money, you know.
Wow.
You made enough money, you did enough. You know, why are you on my material?
Moving on, Kate also asserted that Steve mistreated another comedian, Bernie Mac. May he rest in peace. Well, it seems Katt was right about that too, as Ed Lover confirmed during an episode of his Come On Son podcast.
Love Bernie Mac. And Bernie, the stuff that he said, Katt Williams said about Steve Harvey calling to try to get Bernie's role on Oceans and that kind of stuff, Bernie told me out of his own mouth.
Supporting Katt's claims that Steve stole material from Bernie Mac? And you know what's interesting? Bernie Mac's daughter, Janice McCullough, also chimed in on Katt Williams' remarks, deeming the interview downright hilarious. She gave props to Katt Williams for coming across as a stand-up guy.
Number one, I want people to keep in mind, my dad has been dead for 15 years, so I have not been fully immersed in the world of comedy. I don't know the ins and outs of that like that anymore because my end has been gone for 15 years. You know, I've got friends in the game, but we don't sit and talk about, you know, stuff like that. So, I don't know Katt Williams. Never met him. That's one person I never did get to meet when my dad was alive. But from everything that I've ever heard my dad, you know, say, he's always seemed like a stand-up dude. So I have no qualms, no quarrels with him.
Steve has found himself on the receiving end of some serious critique. Another individual who echoed Katt's sentiments was Gary Owen. Gary disclosed that when he aimed to break into mainstream media, he envisioned teaming up with Steve. Instead, he discovered himself tucked away backstage doing voiceovers for Steve's show. Moreover, Gary revealed that collaborating with Steve was taking a toll on his finances. The breaking point for him occurred when he landed a spot on Hip Hop Squares, a gig that reportedly earned him 4 times more money for 3 episodes than 2 weeks on Steve Harvey's show. Undoubtedly, Steve has engaged in some questionable activities over the years. But here's the question for you. Could orchestrating Lori's connections with Hollywood men be one of them? Is that potentially why he's been fixated on Lori? I'm eager to hear your thoughts. So spill the tea in the comments section below.